Hey everybody, Daniel Mosnet here with Cowboy Charcoal, and today we're going to show you how to get a fire started in your pizza oven. And we're using hickory pit-style cooking wood. Now, getting a fire started with this beautiful wood is really simple. You just have to follow a few steps and make sure you stack your wood right. And you also have to know a little bit about what you're cooking. So if you're cooking pizzas and you're cooking steaks and you want to sear something, you're going to want to get this fire really ripping hot. You're going to use a little bit more wood, and it's going to take a little bit longer to get it going. If you want to cook something a little bit slower, if you want to bake, if you're doing breads, things like that, you're not going to need to use as much wood, and you're not going to need to get that fire as hot as you would if you were doing pizzas. So today, fortunately, we're cooking steaks, and we're going to need a nice hot fire. We're going to want that internal temperature of the pizza oven to be about 800 degrees, so we really get all of that good sear on the steak, and it's going to make it taste fantastic. Most importantly, when you're getting the fire started, you want to try to find pieces of wood in your bag that are pretty uniform and about the same size. So in each one of these bags, all of the lengths of the wood are going to be about the same. You're just going to have a little bit of a difference in thickness. You can see that this one is a little thicker than this piece here. Additionally, what's important about starting a fire is you need two things. Fire needs fuel, which is the wood, and oxygen and airspace. So when you're starting your fire, you want to make sure you put two pieces about equidistant apart, and then you want to put your other pieces right across the top. And now we've got plenty of airspace, and we've got all of our fuel right on top. You could stack another layer if you wanted to, but we've got all of our fuel ready to go. We're going to use our Cowboy wood wool fire starters, and you can see these fire starters, all they are is pieces of wood that are woven together like a piece of wool, and then they're dipped in non-GMO vegetable wax. So you're not adding anything unnatural to the fire, and that's one of the main keys with Cowboy is we always want to start our fires. We always want to have our barbecues going with all natural products. We don't want any fillers or anything unnatural to enter the pizza oven or into our barbecue. So once we get our fire starters arranged properly, we'll take our lighter and we'll get it started. It's that simple. And you can see how quickly these fire starters light and make sure everything's arranged. Now, we're starting our fire right in the center of the pizza oven because we want to make sure that the base and the bottom of the oven is as hot as possible. So once the fire gets going and gets really hot, we'll take our tools and we'll push it either to the back or to the side. I prefer having my fire on the left-hand side because it gives me the most space front to back to be able to cook whatever I'm cooking. So I can do 2 pizzas at a time, I can do 3 pizzas at a time, I can put a big cast iron pan in there, whatever I want to do. So I like to always have my fire on the left-hand side if I have a pizza oven that's big enough. If it's a little bit smaller, then I'll push the fire all the way to the back and I'll do most of my cooking up front. Just depends on the size of the pizza oven that you have. But to start a fire, that's about all you need. It's going to take you about 15 minutes to have all of this wood fully engaged, and then we can just start adding wood from there. Depending on how long you want to cook, you can either use chunks, which today we're going to be using Cowboy apple smoking chunks, and they're about this size. So we're going to add pieces of wood like this to get a little bit more flavor. So we'll add apple, we might even add some cherry, and then we're going to keep the base of our fire going with hickory, and we're going to keep adding more logs as we need to. The nice thing about cooking wood is it provides a nice steady long burning fire. These, as you can see, they're a little shorter, right? So they're going to burn a lot faster than a big piece of wood like this. And a lot of these logs, you can see they're used in offset smokers. You can use them in barrel style smokers, pizza ovens, fire pits. You can take them camping. They're all kiln dried and they're all heat treated. So you can ensure that they're safe to take into any campground, national park, or state park that you would be going to. So as you can see, our fire's been going for about 10 minutes. We're now fully engaged. We're gonna let this, just leave it alone. We're just gonna let it keep going, and we're gonna have a nice full fire here in about 15 minutes. We'll push it to the back, and we're gonna get started with our pizzas. I'm Daniel Mosnet with Cowboy Charcoal. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more how-to videos, great recipe videos, and all kinds of fantastic content. And until next week, keep cooking with Cowboy.